Hello, Mark, darling. So, if you're watching this, then you've obviously found this and followed the instruction. And here you are. Happy anniversary, darling. Don't worry if you've forgotten. These lockdown days all blend into one, don't they? Well, at least you've got a decent excuse this year. So, don't look in the pantry, because there's a treat in there for later. By the time you get back from the farm shop, I'll be walking the dog. So, what do you need to know? Jake's playing Xbox in his room. Louise is mucking out Elaine's horse. She's paying her £5 a day. So, maybe congratulate her when you see her. She'll be back after lunch. You know, it's her first job, after all. Anyway, why am I leaving you this message? Well, I have a small announcement to make. I've been wearing a hat, you may have noticed. And this is why. Ta-da! Can you see? Here. Yeah. Yes, I've got a few silver hairs. Silver Foxy, here I come. Actually, I think I'd feel better about it if there was a Bond girl called Silver Foxy. Or even a sexy Bond villain. I mean, they say silver is the new blonde, but that doesn't really cut it, does it? But hey, I thought today's the day I'm going to bite the bullet and tell the truth to Mark. So here you are. God, I really remember the day I first saw my first grey hair. Do you remember? I'm sure I told you about it at the time. It was the day I got back from hospital, after I'd had Louise. We came back, and I went to look in the bathroom mirror, and I just looked at myself, and there it was. And I shrieked, "What the fuck is that?" Because there it was, just sitting there, going, "Your work is done. You can go now." Charming. I thought, I've got a new baby. So I pulled it out. And after that, I didn't get any for ages, not all through Jake and everything. And then a few years ago, well, I did get a few, all at once. But it wasn't really the time. The brain fog year. When I became an extra in my own film of my own life. Or some sort of patsy in your midlife crisis. Yes, running round the wheel of motherhood and wifedom like a little hamster. With you chucking me the occasional darling just to keep that wheel moving. Yeah, well, catching you in Textus flagrante did knock me back a bit. And you, too, I know. Though you did rather bring it on yourself. Anyway, I spent a lot of time looking at myself in the mirror then, seeing myself through new eyes. And anyway, that's when I started going to the hairdressers, or lot. Well, I had to. Every few weeks I had this little flash of grey there, just taunting me with how past it I was and how stupid I'd been. How we weren't what I thought we were, and maybe we never had been. Yet here we were, with our Range Rover and our children. And all the time, ringing in my ears was you, telling me what a fool you'd been, and how it wasn't you, it was some kind of madness, and begging me not to leave you. And then in the background I could always hear the squeaking of the hamster wheel following me wherever I went. Yeah. It's all far too noisy for me to embrace my mortality, or my inner goddess, or whatever. Yep, I've got some grey. I've come to terms with it. I'm not 27. And I can't get anything done about it anyway. What am I going to be doing? Still wearing a hat in July, pretending I'm cold? So that I don't tell my husband the truth, that I, like him, have got some grey hairs. No, fuck that. I'm not going to do that. That would be lying. That would make me no better than you. Sorry. That was unfair. That just came out. I'll still wear a hat. Or scarf or something for work, conference once a week. Debs and Claire, they're both doing it. Scarves around the head. Back to the 80s. It's very on trend. And the guys are all still wearing shirts and ties. Except yesterday, I forgot to tell you, Chris came on in his onesie with a bowl of cereal and said, "Oh, it's okay, team. We all know we're at home. We don't have to wear a tie." Which is actually pretty funny. I wonder what you'll say. I mean, I'm sure you'll say all the right things, but I wonder what you'll really think. I wonder. I sort of wonder if you even know what really happened to me. I didn't check much. I felt like a volcano imploding with a lid on. I so didn't want to mess up the children. I didn't want them to have what I'd had, all the instability and the world falling away, and knowing it must be your fault somehow, when really it is only your fault. Well, that's not only your fault. But you're lying and self-delusion. I've forgiven you, though. I mean, it's hard not to hate you for breaking something pure. I do feel like you pissed on the eternal flame of my trust because you needed a pee and you didn't realise it was there. Little hot, bright lights shining in the darkness, and you just pissed on it like a cart horse and put it out without even realising. And now it's gone. But I have forgiven you for that. Not her, though. No. She's a deceitful, lying, amoral little... calls herself a feminist. Jesus. Oh, I see her. She pops up. She's always fun. At the butcher's. Or at the hairdresser's. She's always there. Her lanky hair. She's not really a blonde. I wonder if her boyfriend knows that. The boyfriend she neglected to tell you about. Why I imagine that would have pulled you up short when you had your wedding ring on, I don't know. I found out who he was. On the internet. It's amazing what you can find out when you get going. I bumped into him a few times as well. Well, it's always tempting, but... I never talk to her. I just stare at her. And she sinks down into the hairdresser's chair while I pour my hatred onto her greasy head. She shrinks, which is sort of gratifying, in a pathetic sort of way. Yes. Yes, it's sad, I know. Better than before, though. I used to dream about murdering her in cold, ice cold blood. And screwing her, sometimes at the same time. Ugh, glad that's over. This has gone a bit off track, I now realise. I think I should re-record. Oh shit, there isn't time, bugger. Well, I'm greying. Like it or lump it. Lying little shitbag. No. That's not going to get him on side, is it, Meghan? No, it's not. Better delete. How do I do that? Maybe he won't notice. Yeah. You probably won't even notice. Yeah. He won't notice. Yeah, I better delete. Or leave. Make a new life. Without you. Let's delete. How do I delete?